A frightening scene in Ajax Monday evening as a plane was forced to make an emergency landing on a major road after experiencing engine failure. And as you can see from the plane behind me, the pilot is lucky to be walking away.
We didn't sleep last night because we realized how things really could have gone sideways.
An understandable sentiment from longtime Ajax couple Debbie and John Gilker. The pair were driving home on Bailey Street at around 8 p.m. after visiting their grandson in Whitby.
It's probably the best case scenario what happened.
The problems began only minutes earlier in the sky above.
Mayday.
An emergency declaration from the pilot captured on this live ATC feed. The plane was en route to Billy Bishop Airport from Oshawa. He tried to get the engine going again.
Please help me. 2,000 feet.
Foxtrot Delta Hotel, just watch for traffic and land wherever you think you can safely land.
On the ground,
you could see the whole plane, and it was a small plane flying very low over our heads, flying eastbound.
Extremely low.
John says he turned right around to go help.
The plane had already landed and was facing the wrong way in the eastbound lanes.
My idea was keep going and get away from the crash site.
A CityNews viewer video shows cars driving by as John and a police officer blocked the plane. As for the pilot,
I did speak to him, and then he ended up on the phone after that, but he kept saying I'm all right.
The plane is owned by Island Air Flight School and Charters. We tried multiple times to get comment, but didn't hear back. The Transportation Safety Board says an investigation isn't likely given the circumstances.
The pilot had to make some quick decisions as to where to land. They ultimately opted to land on the road and were able to walk away.
Mason Fraser teaches aspiring pilots at Seneca College. He didn't have specifics on what happened here, but praises the pilot.
So every 1,000 feet of altitude or so, they have about 2 minutes of time with which to do their procedures.
Adding to the challenge was the fact it was dark at the time. He says an unknown field can be dangerous for an airplane. The road is smoother, but has vehicles and infrastructure to deal with.
You know, with their series of compromises, they might have just had to make a decision and go with it as best as possible. This pilot had to deal with a very stressful situation and a very difficult scenario. And they made a set of decisions that ultimately led to them not being seriously injured and nobody else being seriously injured at the end of the day.
Meanwhile, Debbie and John are resting a bit easier today, happy it wasn't more serious.
My husband did take a picture of me in front of the plane as a memory.
In Ajax, Westoll, City News.